Good morning from Toledo. This is my walk around of the Toledo Fremo Speedmo modular setup. You are looking at Marshall Stull's boatyard based on the Detroit Cross River ferries into Canada. And in the background is the car ferry. The apron is live. The ferry is not, so you have to use idler cars. One of the warehouses. And the throat to Marshall's yard. Next up is Perry. Belongs to Ken Strobel in northern Ohio. Next module is South Lyon. It is a broad curve. I'll show you the broadness of the curve. Goes up to where the tower is in the middle of the screen. Even culverts at the grade crossing.
Yeah, I was very pleased.
Next up is MK Junction. It belongs to Tom Ludlam of Cornfield Fremo in Illinois. Next module set is Big Curve, Tim Bowser out of Capital Fremo. Next up is West Papio. Ricky Keel, Gateway Fremo. Tim Bowser has another module, Locust Road. Next up is Tom Ludlam's Cornfield Yard. We use this for staging and sorting trains.
I don't know what the whole story is, but I'm just not sure that he ever really fit in with that crowd. So.
Coming to the end of Cornfield Yard.
Oh.
Next up is Livonia. Belongs to Larry Burke, Southeast Michigan Fremo. This is an interchange. Good place to drop off cars without an actual modeled industry. Most of the beehives. I can't remember the name of the module. The cemetery is for the people that had formerly touched the module, so they're remembered on site. Next module is West Gilbert. Belongs to Paul G., Southeast Michigan Fremo. Next module is Hell Creek, Ricky Keel, Gateway Fremo, and we reach our junction point, which is Wheatland Junction, and I'll have to change position and take up from there. Here we are repositioned for Wheatland Junction. Wheatland Junction belongs to Phil Doolittle, Southeast Michigan Fremo. The spur that goes away from the camera is operated by the 44-tonner as a small industrial railroad. Add a little bit of extra switching to the operations. Work that Phil has done on Wheatland Junction is amazing. This is Marshall Stull's 2-to-1, very useful module, and the beginning of Ricky Keel's Farmers Co-op. Again, Ricky Keel from Gateway Fremo.
Releasing a locomotive throughout its life. You're still not going to get every little freaking detail, because yes, model or number 2873, they put a different grill on it. But still, maybe you could do something like that, because you're always having people go, well, I wish you would have built them what they looked like in the 80s after they did this modification.
Still farmers.
You could probably do that.
Dry fertilizer loading, propane storage. This is Paul G's Milepost 54 module. And Phil Doolittle's Bailey's Boats and Bait module. And come around to Tom Ludlam's return loop from Cornfield, Fremont. Yes, that's a DNMIR Yellowstone. And on to the last portion. Part 3. As the BN departs Wheatland Junction, so do we on the branch line.
I like those pictures you did last night.
Oh, thank you.
The sun coming in the window.
Smith Siding belongs to Tim Bowser, Capital Fremo. And then we have Brown Yard, Tim Bowser, Capital Fremo. And the other half of Smith Siding, Tim Bowser, Capital Fremo. This is a semi-unnamed 90-degree curve by Mike G. I'm going to call it Dad's Curve. The curve has super elevation. And notice the nice terrain transitions. Then we have Orphan. Got its name because it was built for National Train Show in 2014 and then given to the Cap Fremo group to adopt and use. We have a speed mode of Fremo adapter. The Canton Freight House module. The buildings are just mock-ups. Give a flavor. Another speed mode of Fremo conversion, and then Ricky Keel, Gateway Fremo, his Transload module, and we are at the end of the line. Total length of the layout running from point to point was roughly 400 linear feet with a trip around the loop. Thanks for looking.